My dear buddies, I'm back. And this is something which I absolutely love doing, that is reviewing motorcycles. And, well, I gotta say this, that when I got a call from TVS about 10 days ago, this was an official call from TVS office. And the lady asked me, Vikas, would you like to review the latest Apache RR 310 motorcycle? And I was thinking, should I accept this offer? Because I was very sure that I'm not going to say anything good about this motorcycle. The reason being that the version 1, the first generation Apache RR 310, I did a review. And honestly, I was disappointed to the core. The bike had too much vibrations. And the acceleration, the power delivery, nothing was great except the looks. The red Apache RR 310 looked unbelievably good, almost like the Ducati Panigale. And anyhow, I said, my job is to review motorcycles, and if they're good, I say they're good. And if they're bad, I say, well, they're not so good. Even if I get a call directly from the company's headquarters. And that is the reason I accepted the offer. And TVS sent this motorcycle to Inline 4 Engineering about 10 days ago. Okay. Yes, I don't just walk up to a showroom, ride the motorcycle for 1 kilometer and do a review anymore. I did that in the past many years ago, but I don't do that anymore. We got to evolve. We got to do things in a more serious and effective manner. So I wrote it. The entire Inline 4 Engineering team wrote it, who are extremely technical, who service motorcycles, who work on motorcycles. So if we are saying something, it really means something significant. All right. So Nitin, let's get closer. First, as the title of this video goes, should you buy the Apache RR 310? Okay. Now, what are the other options that you have? You got the RC 390. Okay. But the price is way more, and of course, the good side of the RC 390 is it's way faster, but the price is also way higher, and the fuel efficiency would be much lower because the CC is much more. Correct? So that is where, compared to the RC 390, this motorcycle, the RR 310, would win in case you are someone who goes to college every day, office every day. The fuel efficiency is better. You save money upfront when buying the motorcycle. That money can be invested in riding gear and many other things, or going on tours. And what is the other motorcycle in competition? The Ninja 300. But the price of that one is way, way more. Okay, probably 1 lakh more than this motorcycle. And the biggest con of the Ninja 300 is the spare parts. God, the cost of the Ninja 300 spare parts are equal to maintaining a 1000cc super bike. We know it. We have a service station. Okay, and which is the other motorcycle? Well, I would say, Nitin, which is the other one?
R3, Yamaha.
Yes, Yamaha R3. Okay, I personally love the R3. You get twin cylinders just like the Ninja 300. But again, same thing. It's priced higher, and the fuel efficiency would be kind of similar, not as low as the RC 390. But one good thing, okay, RR means race replica. Okay, now in the case of the R3, Yamaha R3, the foot pegs are not swept back. This motorcycle, the foot pegs are swept back enough to take nice corners onto a racetrack. Okay, and if you buy the Yamaha R3, and if you are someone who like to take corners, in that case, the foot pegs are not swept back enough. If you take the R3 onto the racetrack, the foot pegs will hit the ground. You'll have to do massive modifications to get the motorcycle ready for a track session. So another thing, the R3, the current generation R3, does it come with upside down forks? I gotta check this. Well, I don't think it does, but this one, it comes with upside down forks. Well, if this would have been a touring motorcycle, I would have said that upside down forks, we don't need it at all. But for a race replica motorcycle, yes, upside down forks, lovely. Okay, so in this segment, I would say that this motorcycle wins. Okay, this is only comparing the price, the fuel efficiency, and the readiness of what this motorcycle actually means. That If it's a race replica, it should be race ready, that is sport ready, track ready, okay? I mean, you just don't have to take it to a racetrack, but even nice curvy mountain roads, you're gonna enjoy this. Now, what else do you get? Okay, look at this console. This is really, really good. Okay, now this motorcycle has riding modes. All right, you go here, you see the riding mode, and urban, rain, sport, track. The good thing is that if you are someone who is very, very new to riding a motorcycle, if you are 18 years old, okay, and if you never rode motorcycles before, in that case, if you buy a fast motorcycle and it only has one riding option, the default riding option, in that case, if it rains or if the road is bad, then you'd not be able to control the throttle so well. So that is when, if you have modes, that is rain, urban, like this motorcycle, if you put it in the rain mode here, okay, rain mode, and select it. Now what happens is that no matter how much throttle I give, if I just open the throttle, whack it open, the motorcycle's power delivery is still limited, and limited to almost 50%. So that way you get that advantage where it's more forgiving, okay? And when in the urban mode, bumper to bumper traffic, okay? In that situation, again, you don't have to take care of the throttle so much. It's not going to be so snatchy, all right? Like for example, if it's, you know, a RC390, then you don't get so many riding modes in that, all right? And you have to take care of the throttle, all right? Bumper to bumper, you have to be very careful how much throttle you're opening. If it's a very experienced rider, it does not matter. For someone new, it matters. And that is the reason we have ride-by-wire throttle here. Ride-by-wire throttle, you don't have any throttle cables. You have wires, okay? These wires take the input from your hand and they would go to a processing unit, okay? A small processing unit like a computer, that is, of course, the ECU, and that decides which mode you are in and how much power should be delivered, all right? And of course, it has ABS and amazingly full fairing. You see this? Full fairing. So on high speeds, the aerodynamics are probably the best in the segment. And let's check out the styling. Amazingly good projector headlamps, and you know, the rear views are nicely foldable, no issues at all. And the clip-on bars here, okay, I mean, they are sporty and they are comfortable enough. I can do another iron butt challenge on this. Yeah, so it is not as high as probably the Ninja 300, not as low as a full-fledged superbike, but very sporty and very comfortable. And let's take a look at the rear, okay? You don't have to worry about putting an aftermarket tail tidy or anything. This kind of exposes the back well enough, and you get single-sided tire hugger, okay? And the frame, nice, you know, tubular kind of frame, which reduces weight for race performance, fast track performance. And if you want to probably put an aftermarket exhaust, I would have to see what are the connections, but can be done pretty easily. Okay, now enough said. Okay, let me okay, before I go to the cons, let me talk about my experience. Okay, I actually like this motorcycle. Yes, you should go back and see my review of the Generation 1 RR310, and God, RR310 owners were cursing me at that time, but I spoke the truth, okay? It was terrible, but now this one, the latest generation, is amazing. I put this motorcycle onto the track mode and woo, she flies. She is indeed fast. great bang for the buck, great value, amazing looking, head turner. This motorcycle will turn heads when parked in the parking lot. So let's go to the cons now. Nothing in the world comes in a perfect package, right? So the same thing that I spoke about, that is, this motorcycle has riding modes, and it is possible because of the ride-by-wire throttle where there are no throttle cables, but the ride-by-wire throttle is not as good as the one on the competition, okay? If you see this, please come closer, Nitin. I'm gonna crank up the motorcycle. The RPM, if you see the RPM, there is a small delay. Nitin, also show my hand. So basically, it is not 100% real time. It takes that millisecond delay when you open the throttle for the RPM to rise, and when you let the throttle go for the RPM to fall, okay? It is not a deal breaker, but if you're a perfectionist, you're not gonna like that, okay? Another thing, where is the kill switch? Okay, kill switch is supposed to be here, okay? It is not there, it is there here, okay? We can directly crank up the motorcycle, fire her up like this, and kill switch is this. Now, this looks fancy, but trust me, it is very unsafe. There is a reason why kill switch is here, okay? Because if you're riding hard, okay, and something happens like in motorcycles which have throttle cables, if you open throttle and if the throttle body jams, okay, then how do you slow down the motorcycle? How do you stop the motorcycle? You can't get your hand out and cut off the ignition key. Too much of delay, you'll end up hitting something. So if your throttle jams, you just hit the kill switch here. Just hit it, okay? That is the reason it's placed here ergonomically. But here, it's kind of not your second nature, okay? Not every motorcycle has this. So if you're riding other motorcycles which have kill switch here, and if you're riding this, then you would have to think, like for example, my throttle jams, my throttle jams. I'm thinking where it is. No, it's here. And it can work, but safety things should not be changed. Like when you go to an office or a public place or anywhere, the fire extinguisher is placed at a specific place, and it's like a norm. It should only be there. Got it? Okay, other thing. Nitin, please. Yeah. Now, the high beam, low beam, and the pass kind of thing where you blip the light to show the other person in the nights that you're behind them and you would like to overtake. This is okay, but somehow you still have to get used to this, okay? If they would have given a dedicated switch for high beam and low beam and then this only for the pass, would have been better, but again, not a deal breaker, okay? And great thing is that you have hazard indicators ready from the factory, okay? Many great brands, many awesome motorcycles don't have that, okay? And people have to buy aftermarket kits and tamper with the existing wiring to put hazard indicators. So good. Now, plastic in some areas is good. Like here, all this plastic is nice, but somehow few areas like the, kill switch and Nitin is prompting me. No, the electric starter switch, I don't like the plastic so much, but it's okay, And I wish they would have given adjustable levers, brake lever and clutch lever, okay? The KTM, they have done it with their motorcycles. What else, Nitin? The tires are good. You get Michelin Road Series tire, made in Thailand. Sufficient traction for cornering, for wet grip. Of course, we did not test it in a lot of rain or anything like that. It's not raining in Hyderabad anymore. It rained a lot last month. But we took this onto roads early morning where there was some water. And overall, I would buy this motorcycle. Would you, Nitin?
Yes.
Yes, buddies. I mean, in this segment, checks all the right boxes. Fuel efficiency, of course, I cannot vouch for it, but would be the best in the segment. Looks awesome, best in the segment. Price, best in the segment. And it's our Indian company TVS. Spare parts, you're never going to have a problem. And basically, they make engines and motorcycles for BMW also. So, yeah, the 310 and the GS of the BMW, it's made by TVS. Absolutely amazing suspension for a sports motorcycle, especially a race replica, the RR kind of a motorcycle. Wow! You see these potholes, this road, God! In my about 15 or 18 years of riding experience, I have never ever felt that a sport motorcycle can take such deep potholes so well. Hats off. Great job, TVS. Buddies, another extremely important point to be noted is that the gear ratios on this motorcycle are perfect. What I mean by that is, if you ever rode a KTM 390 series motorcycle like the Duke 390 or the RC 390, you might have already realized that when you are at 30 kilometers per hour, even at that point, you need to be literally in the first or second gear. Oh God! Imagine that. Now, if you are riding on bad roads like these, or if you're riding in bumper to bumper traffic, that kind of gear ratios, well, they'll make you feel really, really bad and you will not enjoy riding. Now, what is gear ratio? Basically, I can do a dedicated video about this later on, but just understand that to be happy in bumper to bumper traffic, you need to be able to ride in the third gear or the fourth gear at 30 kilometers an hour. Else, that motorcycle is not suitable for slow riding speeds. But here, the Apache RR310 is beautiful even at low speeds. You can see this in this video. And of course, we live in 2020 and the TVS Apache RR310 BS6 model has smart connections from the motorcycle to your cell phone via Bluetooth, which has a lot of features like navigation assist, telephone assist and whatnot. Just go through the website. And plus, remember, when I'm talking about race, things like, for example, this motorcycle also has lap timing feature in the track. It has a track mode, correct? You can also count the lap timing of the lap that you have done on a racetrack if you actually take this motorcycle onto a racetrack, and trust me, this motorcycle will perform pretty well. This will probably rank second after the RC390 to be a ready to use motorcycle onto a racetrack, and RC200 also is very close, just lesser cc and horsepower. So you can measure and calculate your race track lap timings also. So that's it, buddies. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you think this motorcycle is not worth buying, let me know. We all have our own perceptions, feelings, opinions. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, you will miss out on important videos like these, technical videos and whatnot. I'm there on Instagram, Facebook, and we have a service station known as Inline for Engineering. We service right from a Scooty Activa all the way to any superbike in the world. 100 feet road, Madhapur. Thank you. Bye-bye.